Friday. We do have our New Year's Eve this Friday. Don't miss it. We are doing AfroEconomics Live, and we're talking about the third day of Kwanzaa, the fourth day of Kwanzaa, the fourth day of Kwanzaa, cooperative economics. Everybody's going to help me through. They're going to help me through. There's nothing that helps more than looking at beautiful Black kids and good music. They are so adorable. They are so adorable. I hope everybody is having a wonderful holiday week. I am JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of Afroeconomics.
You need anything, hon?
Any,
Thank you.
indeed. That was so sweet. His wife said, "Do you need anything, honey?" you know, you know what he wanted to say. "Oh, baby, I'm on the air. Look at y'all. Oh, look at everybody coming in. I'm gonna see if I can change this so we can see all of our guests. We can we can get Mr. Bozeman back. We have all of these business owners with us tonight. And I want I'm going to make sure that I start with, and if there's any, it's going to be really sad that it's sometimes if you're in the studio and you see me not see someone, like I see Jenny Jones down there, I see Reverend Brown down there of Brown Ministries. Thank you so much, you all. That a big part of 2022 to me is about giving back, is about doing more service, it's about making a greater contribution to the world. My question is always at this time of year, as a financial advisor, people are asking me a lot, like, what do you expect for next year? What's going to happen next year? What do you think is going to happen? You know, the and who really knows? Who really knows what's going to happen? Not just next year, like what's going to happen in the next minute of our life, other than Mr. Jones. How you doing, Kenneth Jones? You know,
I'm doing well, thank you.
and let me see. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, this is a nice one. I was trying to figure out like the best way where we could see everybody's face, right? The it's you're doing well.
I'm
That's so
doing
good.
well.
I
How's
see you now.
everybody doing tonight?
Well, how are you?
Good, thank
Yes,
you.
indeed.
Thank
Yes,
you.
indeed. Yes, indeed. We have with us the Wells, and I don't know why it doesn't show everyone's name, but I'm gonna start, and you wave when I call out your name, Reverend Brown. Just say, hey, exactly. There he is. With
I can't see him.
the yes, indeed. Just say the name of your business briefly. Don't you love it? It's a mic check too.
He's
Try your.
muted.
For some reason, you're muted, Reverend Brown.
Okay.
I think they're traveling. That look. Uh-oh. Say something again, and we'll come right back. Indeed. Say something, Reverend Brown. Try one more time. I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah,
Just keep. And how you doing, Michael Robinson? Say hi, Michael
Good
Robinson. You
evening.
have to wave so everybody knows. Wave because they don't know
Good
exactly.
evening, everybody.
It
How
doesn't
you
show
doing?
your name. Michael Robinson of
Good to see y'all.
go ahead. Michael Robinson of, say your business name.
Oh, yeah. Encore Vintage is my business. It's
This is
clothing,
why. This is why
clothing
this
shop.
is important.
Encore Vintage is a clothing shop here based in Richmond, Virginia. Doing sales online mostly. Also, do private appointments, having people come over. I got all my stuff in a storage unit and selling stuff out of there currently.
Fantastic. This Talia Farrow, y'all just got up in the speakers one. Look, Miss Beecham, y'all. So when y'all registered, y'all just said, "Y'all, I'm gonna go. I'm clicking into the speakers one." Now, any other night, nobody would want to talk with me, but everybody came into the speakers one. There's probably business owners out there struggling trying to get in, but I'm so excited that we have Miss Beecham, who is a recording artist, performing artist, who will be performing for our members only New Year's Eve day party. Yeah, 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 yes. Multi-platinum rings. Multi-platinum rings. That's right. Indeed. Thank you so much, Mr. Robinson. Thank you for Encore Vintage. Thank you, Ms. Beecham, for agreeing to perform for us Sunday or Friday. And you have performed for us on some Sundays too. But you miss all those, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, tell about your business.
My name is Ken Jones, and my website is shortstoriesforblackpeople.com. And I share my personal journey, and I share what's going on right in front of me in my community.
I love it. The website looks great.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you
in
so
the
much.
invitation, I did a hyperlinks. Did y'all see that in the invitation? People can hit your hyperlink and they can
Yes.
actually get right to you. Did you see that? Oh, good. I had to
I
get yours straight. I had to get yours straight, Miss Hawkins, but I did. That's right.
Okay.
I didn't see it, JB. I did not see it. I didn't see
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. That's why
Okay.
I was like, your website's not working,
Oh,
and
okay,
and you
okay,
got that
okay.
fixed quick. That's great.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
indeed. He got
Thank you so
right
much.
on it.
Thank you
I
so much.
love it.
Because of you. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
that's positive. Yeah, we have to check each other.
Amen.
On the regular. Like
Yes.
I have to. I have a webmaster now, but even with the webmaster, we have, and a big part of this. It says that our room is full, and a guest is trying to join. Where's, where's it's probably Andrew too. Where's Miss Davis? I'm gonna kick her out. No, Andrew is with us.
Kick Miss Keith out.
Kick me out, baby.
I'm saying, I'm saying, she's
See,
a
always
performing artist.
starting stuff.
I know, right? See,
You want to start a fight
I
on
know,
there.
I know. Miss Davis was like, I know she didn't. Oh, we have people. How you doing, Mr. Wen? Snoopy D. Oh, Miss Davis is out there. I have moved to YouTube. Look at her. How you doing, Miss Charles? How you doing, Miss Clements? How you doing, Miss Daniels? We have to remember. I don't know. Can you all see the chats over there? I'm going to turn on the overlay. Can you see
One,
the
two,
chats
three,
out
four.
there?
I see five of them, JB.
Right.
Oh, great. Okay, great,
Okay.
great,
I
great.
do too.
Yeah.
We can,
Mhm.
because we can get absorbed and forget about everybody out there. So if you see a question come up, don't hesitate, Miss Charles, Miss Clements, Miss Daniels. If you ever have any questions, Mr. Wynn, don't hesitate. Oh, how you doing, Mr. Wynn? You are supposed to be in here with your logistics company. Indeed. Mr. Wynn is like, I don't talk to you for 1 week. And she just forgets. We need the transportation representative.
Wow.
How you doing? There he is. Isn't he sweet? He's sweet. Because if you forgot about me, I wouldn't say hello, family. I wouldn't say nothing. He's so nice. You are a good businessman. Good for me. He's just like, yeah, that's Larry Wynn, has his own logistics company, and he is a member of AfroEconomics, and I really appreciate you. We're going to definitely, we want to hear more from you throughout. He's in there almost every Friday, driving down the street. talking to us
on
on
the
our Fridays
delivery.
at noon. How you doing, Miss Hawkins? Thank you so much for
Doing
sharing.
great.
That's so good. It's so good to see you. This room hasn't been full from a long time ago, Miss Hawkins, but because you are in the studio, there I actually keep. Can you see that message? It says guests are trying to get in the studio.
Oh
The room
no.
is full. Yeah, and it keeps popping that up to me. That makes me feel like really proud of myself. Until I find out who's sitting stuck out there, right? Because I feel so I'm sorry, but definitely if you can see this, please click the other link and send me a message in your Mr. Wynn is out working anyway. So we feel better. We feel better. He's out there taking care of things, being the real Santa Claus. Like you said, I'm out on a delivery. That's how we roll. So tell me, Miss Hawkins, introduce yourself real quick for us.
Well, hello everyone. Hi. I'm Wanda Hawkins, and my passion is prime time for youth. It is a supportive, independent living home, shared living home for young women who are aging out of foster care, ages 18 to 24. And we help them with a stable living environment. We help them to meet their goals. We create a housing, positive environment for housing that helps them to sustain themselves and be able to sustain themselves when they leave us for independent living.
I love it. I love it. And it's a unique and much needed service. Thank you.
Yes.
2022. We need it. We need it. How about you, Reverend Brown? Want to try one more time?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
The mic sounds
Oh,
nice.
oh,
Check
all right.
one. That's
Oh,
right.
okay. Technology, sometimes this is a new one. Um, but anyway, my biggie is I have a website. I got to get it back up to speed. I don't. It's a little bit old, but it's a Howard Brown Ministry, and that's pretty much it. I did have a lot of encouraging people from all over the nation that was in tune into it when it was up to date. So I got to get off my lazy self and get it back up to speed and going again.
That's what AfroEconomics does. Get us, you know what I'm saying? Get us physically inspired as much as we are, right? Mentally
Correct.
inspired. Indeed. Yes, indeed. Miss Farrow, turn on your camera. Miss Beecham, make sure you check back in the YouTube. Oh, thank you so much. So that's Harold Brown Ministries. Encore. Oh, look, the names came up.
I
Amazing.
see.
Let there be light. Look at that. That's why you got to have a prayer life. That's right. God is good. The Harold Brown Ministries, Mike of Encore Vintage, Kenneth Jones of Short Stories for Black People, Wanda Hawkins of Prime Time for Youth, and Andrew Bozeman of Bozeman Development Group, the Kwanzaa Co., the Wells family, and Bernice Muhammad, who does everything with nutrition and healthy living. That's pretty good. I ain't even write that down. That's real. I love y'all. I love y'all.
Congratulations.
Amen, right? That's,
Oh
that's,
man.
no,
Oh
that's right.
man.
So tell us, Reverend Bozeman, about your movement.
I am dedicated to bringing spirituality into the lives of everyone that I can. I have created a system called functional forgiveness to teach people how to forgive on an everyday basis in order to empower themselves. Um, I also, in a couple of weeks, I'll be teaching a class on working with angels to teach people how to function with their guardian angels so they can expand their lives and be more productive.
Mm,
Mm.
it's so
Mr. Bozeman,
Yes, sir.
are you knowledgeable about like numerology and stuff like that, like angel numbers and things like that? I'd be hearing about.
Yeah.
Okay, you got information on your website concerning that?
Well, there's information on how to contact me on my website.
Okay,
I don't go into a lot of detail on the website,
she can
but
sign
also
up.
and I produce a 2 times a week a live stream broadcast. And when you go to my website, you can link into all my videos.
Oh, okay.
There are a couple of hundred of them there from helping people to learn how to live their lives productively and safely under the name of God.
Mr. Bozeman, you said you got over 100. I've only seen 10, so I got some catching up to do. I got some catching up to do.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, they're listed in a monthly. They're broken down by month.
Okay.
And they started from July of 2019.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, it's fantastic. How about that, Miss Muhammad, Miss Numbers herself?
That's right.
In everything, always giving me guidance in that. Indeed. Oh, catch me up on your ever growing business and ideas.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, you said it all, so I can back up, right? But
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why everybody else didn't say it.
But my name is Bernice Muhammad, and I am, I would say, a health coach, which I've been doing and not even realize that's what I've been doing by giving people advice on different nutritional things and health-wise. And I'm also like a certified natural health professional. My education is in lifestyle and the overall wellness of the whole body as a whole, because mind, body, and spirit, that's the whole of the body. And that's what I try to work with and getting people, the wholeness. I want to get to know you, in other words, get to know you. And I have a website as well called beesdecorpro.com, which is like, things for the home and everything like that. And I also bake cakes.
Wow.
So my specialty is the carrot cake. I like that organic, healthy, not so sweet, just right carrot cake. And thank you, look, brother Michael, I'm getting ready to tell something. She getting ready. I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her.
Talk about no
Look though. Your picture, and my picture that we took on Facebook.
Yes, ma'am.
I got some orders from that picture. We need to go live, Mike. You know me.
We need to update.
Yeah, and I give you a free cake any day. Okay.
You
gotta get through JB first.
Look, I gotta come through. I can't come through the straight path to get to you. I got to go around.
Yeah, exactly. I smell his breath when he come home. Smell like carrot cake. You gonna eat carrot cake?
I don't know, Mike. She might eat you up after that. You smell that on your breath. She might eat you up.
Uh-oh.
Smells like carrot cake.
I love it. I just love it.
Woo-wee. But for those who don't know, Mike is my husband. And I told Miss Muhammad one day, I said to Mike, her cake really isn't that good. It's not that good. You can tell me. We don't have to tell her. Just tell me it's really not that good. Because I don't know how the cake was here, and I did not taste it at all. I did not taste it. I was like, I don't know. I must have really been mad, right? He made that cake and he loves it. But he was like, anyway, the cake is great. The cake is great.
It is great.
There's no way around it.
Thank you.
That's good. That's good. I should have said, you can lie. It's not that good. It's not that good. To the great carrot cake. That's a blessing.
It didn't last long.
Amen.
Praise be to God.
That's so good. That's so good. You can't have another one until July, though. Remember, that was July. That's July. Once a year in July. So the good thing is that the Kwanzaa the Kwanzaa Company.com. When the Wells told me about their website, I said, you know what? On Wednesday night is the Kwanzaa Cooperative Economics Night. It falls right on that. I was like, will you come in and
Oh,
talk about Kwanzaa, your company? And then out of that became this opportunity. So we really have to thank the Wells for like keeping, giving us a new twist to our Kwanzaa. Because each year
yeah,
about Kwanzaa, but they really brought it home. And I'm sorry
yeah.
I stayed in our meeting, but I
We
left
need
down.
that.
That's right.
Yep.
Right.
I left their cards. I left the actual greeting cards. I mean, you have to go, to the website. Their children. Benjamin was with us, but I talked too much, and Benjamin left. But he was. They have beautiful children who actually design the cards and everything. But I'm gonna let the
Oh,
Wells talk because they don't do that. I mean, they're what do they call it? Like people who have multiple businesses. They're multi. What is that? What are you, Mr. Wells? Y'all are multi entrepreneurs. I don't want to say
We're
serial.
tired.
You're tired.
We're tired.
yeah, me too.
You're, hey, man, I claim renewal. I tell you one thing.
We'll receive it.
For an entrepreneur that's approaching 30 years, can y'all believe it? And
Wow.
I'm only
That's a
30.
blessing.
Oh, good for you,
And
JB.
but not that close. Next year, I think next year will be 27. So I'm saying 30, but y'all gonna be like, she been saying 30 for 3 years. So next year is 27. But I know that feeling when you get to the end of the day and you're like totally exhausted. and and then the blessing is like how beautiful that feeling is when you wake up the next day and you're totally renewed and you just get right back at it. You're like, wow, it feels so good. So tell me more about that feeling.
Well, I mean, you said it. I mean, it's been a lot of late nights and a lot of early mornings, and we are motivating ourselves. We're also motivating the children. They're 16, 14, 11, and 6. And so when you talk about business meetings back to back to back, the titles that they have been given start to wear off a little bit. And so at first, when they get the titles, it's like, oh yeah, I'm the director of marketing and social media. Oh, I'm the head of design. Oh, I'm over content. But after meeting number 9 or meeting number 10, that doesn't it start to wear off. It's like, all right, I'm tired of this.
Well, just know you have no right, absolutely no right to be tired. Okay.
Right.
Every time you feel that way, just like text me and see how fast I text you back, and you say, "Well, damn, she's still
Right.
up." What time was that, Mr. Jones, the other day? And you text me, I text you back. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. You text me back. I said, "Oh my god, oh my god."
1:35 a.m.
What y'all talking about?
I was like, he just texted me back.
Website,
Why
my
he never
website.
up early?
Yeah.
Up all
You talking
night.
about my website. Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got it takes work. We gotta grind this thing. I think that we need that energy from each other. And that's why we need that business network. And that's why we have to keep pushing each other because you think it's just you, but there is not a successful person who has ever accomplished anything significant in service that they did not have to do some things that are extreme. I mean, that's extreme. Like my goal is every day to get up between 3 and 3:30 a.m. and not be tired. If I will sleep until I wake up. So if I get up and I'm tired, that means I did not go to bed on time. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get up because there is a physical and mental connection to our ability to serve our clients that many times we disconnect. Like, because we think that all we have to do is be physically connected to them, like do the mind part. But the mind part really can't be achieved unless we're physically on point. So I use that time from that 3 to be able to be ready physically by 5 to be able to exercise from like 5 to 7. You know what I mean? So that I don't have my first meeting till about 9. But that you actually the ability to move your body physically connects so much to your mental abilities. Like we need to be doing something, stretching, walking,
Yes.
pushing, lifting, dragging, something physical, because I feel that because of that, our service is not getting all that it deserves to our people. Like, and then after that we start relying on caffeine and things like that. And I just don't do that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? You should be tired when you're tired and be energized when you're energized. Like, and keep it moving. But it's going to get better. And I feel that also we spend a lot of time on activities that waste our time. You know what I'm saying? So as entrepreneurs, a big part has to be on, is this serving my client or not? And if it's not helping anybody, it
Yes.
doesn't need to be done. And then sometimes I'm getting calls from the next customer, but I haven't taken care of the current customer. So what we have to do is take care of the current customer before you take on the next customer. And that's a big mistake that so many businesses make, because when they're profit oriented, or not even profit, but sales oriented, because profit is what you make from keeping your current customer happy. It keeps your business profitable. Sales are what you make when you're always just thinking about the next deal. But you can make a whole lot of sales and not make a profit. So we have to stop like thinking about like sales and how many units you sold, how many people you recruited, and actually think about what is the positive, what is the return on the investment, how many people did I actually help, how many businesses got created, what did we accomplish? It just, that's what we want. Whatever your goal, how many stories did I write? How many grants did we get successfully? How many services did we hold? How many kids did I house? How many drug addicts did you turn around? Reverend Bozeman, how many books did I publish? You know, Reverend Brown is going to be publishing book after book because he can, and his wife said he can. And if she said, your wife said you can do something, you can do it.
All right.
So that's a wrap.
When I first met him, his wife said, "I have a vision. I believe that my husband can really write a lot of books. Like, I believe her. I don't doubt it at all." I was like, "I know that's right. Beautiful vision. Beautiful vision." So I want to share something with you all, and then I want to give you some feedback, and then I'm gonna let y'all enjoy. So Forbes came out last week with an article, and it says small businesses have priorities going into 2022. This is from December 17th, 2021. Small businesses have priorities. And the priorities included, and I actually said, 5 major priorities. The one that really stuck out to me was technology. Technologies, according to their article, says technology is going to be front and center for small business owners in 2022. Now, of course, I found this research after I decided that I wanted us to talk about how technology impacts all the different things that we do. Because all of our business, like Mike has a e-commerce business, technology is used in his business totally different than how technology is used for Mr. Jones' business, and which is in publishing and writing, and as well as Reverend Brown. So and in coaching with Reverend Bozeman. So, but technology is used in every industry. I really can't think. I mean, even if you're baking cakes and doing nutritional products, you still need technology to complete that process, especially in this environment, right?
Right.
Yes.
Coming in. So as the technology is going to be front and center for small business owners in 2022, according to 78% of surveyed respondents who said technology would be a top investment for their company. The data showed that a whopping 80% have either already invested in cloud, which like my secure portal that we use, that's the cloud, or plan to in the next year. Mm. And the and and the customer says to serve more customers as well. So their first goal was like they want to have improve their customer experience. They want to have more analytical tools. Most of these things are stuff we've been talking about on our Friday meetings.
Right.
It's at, right. It's at 80% of respondents in the small business survey said they were focusing on their customer experience next year. They're looking at analytical tools. Remember that time we talked about Google Analytics? Well, they've got competition now. Now you've got analytical software called Mixed Panel, Kiss Matrix, WhoopRaw, Hotjar, Zoho, Crazy Egg, Brand 24, Brand Watch, Sprout Social, and Google was the first one, really. But they're developing software to help us get a better understanding of who is visiting our websites and when.
Right.
I love Google Analytics. I ask my webmaster to give me a report on it every month. And it tells you down to like what page are people landing on when they come and how long are they staying? Which page do they like the most? Or you're assuming because you're thinking that's where they're staying. Where do you come from? What countries? What states do most of your people that come to your website come from? What do they click to? I mean, the analytics will help you a lot in serving your customer. And then another area they said for small business owners is diversity, equity, and inclusion will remain a huge focus regardless of company size. The survey found that 62% of small business owners plan to invest in diversity, equity, and inclusion in 2022. Isn't that something? And the last one was talent and workforce. Small business owners want to give their employee experience a boost, with 73% saying talent would be a top investment in 2022. And they're saying that especially with so many people resigning, they want to figure out a way to get to top talent. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
What
Definitely.
does it make you? What does it make you think? What do you think? What does it make you think about when you think about technology? You think about next year. What do you think about, Ms. Hawkins? You look like you got something. You got something to say.
Well, I've been thinking about it quite a bit because in my target clients, when I put ads on like Craigslist, Facebook, I have a home for young women, but mostly the young men are the ones that answer the ad. They call in inquiring about the home. When I post an ad that target women only in the description, sometimes it kicked off certain platforms.
Really?
Yes.
Because of discrimination.
Yeah, and it's
Yes.
probably because they think you might be like, you know what I mean? It's some sort of protective measure. That's so
True.
sad. That's
So
so
you
sad.
have to word it a little bit different,
Yeah.
take out the gender, take that out. So then I'm just answering the calls from them young men. It's interesting that the young women are not looking through the social media platforms, but the men are, number one.
And you know the way I would get to the women is in the ad, put women. You know what I'm saying? Like in the picture, just put women. So that
Did I put a picture
maybe
on those
like
ads?
instead of
I don't think I
like
did.
anything generic or just the location, make sure it has
Yeah.
from one of those sites where you can just get the buy one of the photos, like, you know, just a group of girls sitting around a table talking,
Yeah.
like do that, like, and it'll in the subconscious, it'll get the guys not to call, and they'll go, oh, she just wants women. You know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean?
Yes,
But
I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's so good.
So
That's
that's
so
been one of my challenges is to get more of the young women to call. And then
yeah.
secondly, I think the young women may be latching on more to agencies and going through that route rather than trying to find it on their own.
Yeah, because of safety.
Right.
I would too. You know what I'm saying? If I would too. I'd be afraid. You know, but your ad is still that is quite a challenge and a unique one as well. Which I feel as well because of in an attempt to not have discrimination, it makes it hard, like you said, to target your market when you're trying to help black people or
Right.
young people or you know what I mean, a specific group. That it really does. Like I don't think I can run anything on most of them that will say like um as an ad if it has black in it. Isn't that
Right.
something?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Right.
I mean, you can't, but yeah, that's interesting how the computers, you know what I mean, have their limits on it. Their limits on their ability to help us actually
Yes.
accomplish what we want to accomplish. Especially when your intention is positive because of the abuse in the system. Mm. And so we have to continue to creatively just get around it. Mm. And I think the pictures are a key way.
I'll
Because
try that.
soon they'll be controlling our pictures. To be like, we don't. But at first, on especially one of them that I use a lot, I don't want to give them any commercial, but they would like actually if the picture that you use had too many words in it, and I don't know if they're still doing that because I don't
Mm.
run social media ads like I used to. But this past year, I don't think I mean I definitely probably dropped 90% of my social media ads as far as stop the budget, and it did not impact my return on investment at all. Like it did I still got the same response.
Hmm.
But I think um that sometimes we give things a little bit more credit than they deserve because a major source for me is referral, which could be for you on
Right.
when you have one person and then you say if you find me another person then you know what I mean, then you'll get a gift card or you'll get this,
Yes.
you know what I mean,
Yes.
find us another
Yes.
resident. But yeah, because in mine business it's about trust as well,
Hmm.
so that's interesting. So what do you think about as a public, as working, as I shared with you, Reverend Brown, that I encourage self-publishing. Like I self-published my book. I didn't even consider finding a publisher. Like I was approached by a publisher and I said, so you want me to pay you for to say that you're my publisher?
Exactly.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, like it might sound like impressive to somebody else, but I really, when I first read my book, my intention was I'm just going to give these away. So I have been unfortunately robbed in so many ways by nonprofit organizations telling me to send them books and they'll send me my money back. You know what I'm saying? It's really sad.
Right.
But if I were depending on this to eat, that's what the sad part is. It's like,
Right.
how can you take from me and I send you an invoice? You know what I'm saying? And so I think at the same time, I'm glad that I charge for my book. Even though I was thinking about it, I'm glad that I charge for it because I get to see how many people will actually steal from a good person.
Mm.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Thousands of dollars. That
Right.
when people say, oh, send me such and such. I need it for a conference, and I'll send you the money back. And and they don't understand it costs money to print books.
That's right.
Yeah,
Sure does.
Yeah.
I've had a publisher basically after me for the last 3 years, every day, 2 or 3 times a day.
Mm.
And they're a major Christian publisher, but their prices that was amazing. They going back and forth. But when you're talking about technology though, it's just I had to change computers because my laptop couldn't keep up with. I just had to go buy a new one because my old one, I mean, it would time out in 30 minutes. I mean, it wasn't that old, but just the speed of stuff now is so faster and all that. So, you gotta just staying on top of that.
That's so true. And
Yep.
I think that because we're not familiar with publishing, that we don't know. But I think that when we talk with each other, and I tell you how I publish my book and who I use,
Yeah.
they do so much for us now.
Yeah.
And you can save thousands by and I challenge all of us to write books, to write our own book, take the time to do the book, and let me help you, because you can do this. And even though I love Amazon, it is the worst place for people to go and purchase your product. We definitely need to focus on our own bookstore on our own website. People need to purchase from you, because you lose half of your money. So after you pay for printing and they keep their part, and you're gonna, I just, from my website, I offer free shipping because Amazon keeps so much. But it's a constant niche, like your book is your product. And I believe that, like, I don't talk enough about the power that's within the pages of my book. And so when you write your book, share the book, tell people about the book, keep telling them about the book. Like, I can't wait to take a segment of my book and then put it on your website, Mr. Jones. Your short stories, because this website features, short stories written by us. So all of us, right? Could we do that, Mr. Jones? Like, all of us that
Absolutely.
have our books, take a segment out and then put it on.
Absolutely. And that's that's part of that's absolutely part of what it is. It's a community for people to come together and share their stories. And it doesn't have to be your personal journey. It can be what's going on in your community. Whatever you feel as though you want to talk about, come and talk about it.
That's so good. I love that. And it's so powerful. It's so powerful and so mentally helpful. We need it now.
Yeah, the technology issue. I do too have to buy a new computer because my laptop is 4 years old and it's now very much outdated, and I'm beginning to see the speed problems that I'm encountering with it.
Wait a minute, Mr. Bozeman, you say 4 years old. I just got me a laptop like 2 years ago. Am I in trouble?
Almost. Yeah. Almost.
Yeah, it's ugly out there.
They're constantly, especially if you try to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you try to, like, I'm not gonna spend that much, you gonna be buying another one. Well, when I go, because I'm like really into technology, like, I'm the one you go in there and you go, you don't need all that. I buy it all. I'll buy it all. Like, because that's enough memory to keep the United States Army in there. I'm getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, pile it on.
That makes a lot of sense.
Isn't it true? It's better to get it up front,
not have it,
and have to go back and try to add it on, because then they're gonna say, well, you might as well get a new one. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that the hard way.
Well,
yeah,
I
get as much as you can afford.
My new one is this is a Dell. I thought that was good.
Here it is.
That was good.
In my opinion, it is not.
But the speed of the speed, what is it?
Speed.
Every 18 months,
I mean,
the speed of computers double.
oh my
Right.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
So
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
can't, you know, and I can't imagine. But I think like apples, like I have apples and I have, you know, PCs, and I believe apples to me move in slow motion, especially starting them up. So I walk up to my PC, I touch it, that thing is ready to go. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. But the apple's like, and then it's just, you know, going over it. I mean, when it gets ready, but they really have some stuff, you know what I mean, that they can do on like touch it, you know what I mean, and go.
So is it the speed and the space it
Yeah.
contains? So how
yeah,
much is good, you know?
Yeah, but we just,
Guess it
I
depends on
will
what you
show
use it
you,
for.
like, if you bought
Oh,
another.
well, mine has got 2 gigabytes. It's what, a 2 gigabyte processor, but it's slow now. When I bought it, it was fast. But now it's under pressure.
Because what happens when you go in there, you go, oh, I just need it for home use, and you know,
Right.
just to write
Just
a
start
little
doing other stuff.
thing and this and that, and then the next thing you become a publisher, and the next thing you doing videos, and the next thing you doing, you know what I'm saying? That computer's
That's
like, wait a
exactly what
minute,
happened to me.
exactly,
yeah. I'm
Right.
thinking
When I
that's what I'm
bought
gonna
it, I
have to do.
wasn't doing all those things, and now I'm doing
exactly,
videos, and I'm
yeah,
getting ready to put my classes online.
Yeah.
woo,
So
Mhm.
yeah,
Got to do the
it's
graphics.
exactly.
it's a
But
whole,
I do not. I have a hard time, you know, going through and deleting emails and unsubscribe.
Guilty.
yeah,
That takes like a month for me to do because I got over like I'm ashamed to even say, but it's the truth. 3,000 and some.
I think that's everybody, man, because they send
Yeah,
For real?
so many
right.
spam
Some of
mail
them
and
I
all that
How
Yeah.
know
stuff.
do you get rid of that? That's take up space in itself, doesn't it?
You
but
have to
I
make
believe
Yeah.
time to do that. And
and
I
then
did it
go and
one
get a
time.
bigger one. They get
Yeah.
a bigger one. You're dealing with the
Yeah.
wrong thing. Like if you connected, like Mr. Jones was just talking about, who's setting up his email with GoDaddy,
Mhm.
and you do the Outlook package, it's unlimited, and then you
Mhm.
don't have to worry about that. But with
Oh.
a lot of like Gmail, they don't want you doing. They want to make money off the cloud, like you know what I mean. So if you're gonna use the Gmail, you got to get an upgrade. You got to get, as I was just saying, all
Mhm.
small businesses are gonna have to spend more money on cloud data. I spend hundreds of dollars a month on just cloud storage stuff,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
from
yeah.
Dropbox to Secure Firm to, you know, the membership to the web,
Yep.
all the websites, all of them have like cloud. You, the more stuff if you put videos on the website, it all of a sudden you got cloud. They want you to buy more on there. Like
Yeah.
it's,
That's right.
that's where all the money is. You know, is gonna come. But the
I bought
it's
100
more.
gigabytes on Google a few months ago because they told me I was running out of space. And
Yeah.
then I just got
Mm-hmm.
another notice that says you've used 80% of your 100 gigabytes.
Mm.
So you need to buy some more.
Wow.
But you know, but one way, and then of course, if you switch to like Outlook and connect it to your website, then of course, and have unlimited, you're gonna be paying a lot more. You're gonna be paying a lot more. So, you know, it's just you have to figure out, you know, which one you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mhm.
have you, but I'm gonna tell you, as far as like where we think, that's where all of our money will end up going easily. I
Mhm.
spend, you know, a majority of my budget is on technology.
Okay, okay. Let me
And
let me ask a question. I got a question. Now, as far as freeing up space, I have in my emails, in my personal email, I am at 10,000, like and some change. Like the last time I cleared it out was in 2019, so I know I got to make time to do that. But once you do that, does that speed up your computer and all that stuff too?
it's because
Not if it's
your,
email.
Not if it's email.
No, because email is being stored someplace else.
Okay.
Oh.
And what's
Yeah,
the
if
what,
you have if you have anything that's important in your email, JB mentioned earlier having cloud storage. We highly recommend a Dropbox account or a Box.com account or something like that. We have, I think, 2 terabytes of storage on Dropbox. And we put videos, documents, and things like that out there so that our computer is running on it. So everything that has to get stored gets stored on the cloud. So when you go in there, a lot of those emails you can just, delete them and get rid of them. But if you've got anything with important attachments, we have found that it's beneficial to have that cloud storage because you don't want anything running on your hard drive that you don't have to run. And then the other thing is that the computer we're on right now, it has a terabyte processor. And so if you're going to run like anything that's video engagement, anything that's animated, anything like that, even if you're going to run like an e-commerce site, like we do Shopify, and I can tell you right now that if we didn't have that back end stuff, all them little gadgets and stuff they put on there takes memory, and it will knock your computer out the box if you don't have the storage. That's been our experience. So definitely delete those emails. But before you delete them, if there's anything in there that you need, definitely invest in that cloud storage because you want to get that stuff off your hard drive so that your computer can run as quick as possible. And you want that storage to be secure. There are ways that technology can get little bugs on these computers, and you just want to protect that information the best way you can. So it has been worth the investment. We just cut out something else. That's a couple of less hamburgers or something. I don't know, but it's very important.
and the Dropbox, your Dropbox, the free level is pretty big. You know what I'm saying? And once you get like what for you, Mr. Jones, definitely a Dropbox, and everybody that's publishing a Dropbox, and and then like Michael might want a Dropbox to just keep all of his pictures of his inventory. So what happens is you just take it and you put it into, and it's a website called Dropbox.com. So when you put say a story in the Dropbox.com and you want to share it with someone else, you can link their email on it so you don't have to do it through your email. And that's what cost me a lot of email space because if I send you, I want to say, I want you to listen to MP3 or video, or I mean, the video won't matter because I can do a link to YouTube. YouTube is actually holding. But the other day, I did an MP3 at the studio. So, and I have that actually on this computer. So, but when they gave it to me, he said, hit this link. And then I stored it into my Dropbox on my phone. Came back to the office, went into Dropbox, and then downloaded it onto my computer, downloaded onto my phone, but it's still in that Dropbox. So if I lose it, I can go and you can organize it 2021, December 2021 radio to December 2021 TV. You know, December 21 stories, pictures. Um, your book, my book is all in it. The cover of the book is all in there. Events, photos. If a photographer comes, take the photos and then tell them to send it to your Dropbox. So it helps a lot like that. And then you can share. So you go, oh, I have this picture of Ms. Muhammad. Instead of sending her the picture, all you send her is that link to Dropbox.
The link. Okay.
And then they send her that. And then they email Ms. Muhammad and says, click here to see the picture that Kenneth Jones sent you. The problem is getting them to catch on. You know what I'm saying? It's getting the receiver to catch on. Because then the receiver, because the guy at the studio was doing that to me, and then I would not go back and download it. you know, and I was like, why am I not doing that? You know how to do this, but you have to, just take the time and then save it. But it's so easy now. It really is just bad. All I had to do was click save and it moved it over to my Dropbox.
Okay, I got a confession to make. When the gentleman was just speaking about terabytes and that all of that stuff was over my head. I have no idea what he was talking about.
And
Well,
you
what's
don't,
blowing my mind
and you
is
don't,
Hey,
and you don't have to understand it at all. I'm just like, but basically, it's like this.
Okay.
I,
all right.
I will never. It'll probably take me 20 years to fill this up.
That's an
Okay.
You know
external
what I mean?
that's an
And
external hard drive she got.
it's
Okay.
probably 10,
Oh, okay.
15 terabytes. You know what I mean? Maybe 50. It might be
A
100,
terabyte is a
but it's a
terabyte
lot.
is 1,000 gigabytes.
At that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's big. So, but
So
Oh,
is that in terms of holding storage, right?
Yeah,
that's
that's
only on
storage.
the PC. But
Okay.
the cloud
That's
is unlimited.
storage.
So the cloud, you don't have to worry about. They're not going to ask you to buy terabytes. I mean, they're going to just say, because you buy, but because sometimes you do fill up the cloud though too, and then you buy more cloud.
Yeah.
So that is true.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know what they use units. They use.
This
so
is
the cloud is like that. The cloud
yeah.
is a
The
block
cloud.
like that.
You can think of it
Oh, the
visually
cloud
like
is
that, but it's way up on.
Wait,
It's out there, yeah.
I
And
got
you
the
you.
go into
cloud
their
is the
Oh,
website.
it's
cloud
in the
is
clouds.
right. The cloud is a huge building. The cloud is a huge building with 10,000 computers in it, making storage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's called a farm, a storage farm, a data farm.
Okay.
But see, when I
Okay.
started using computers, I thought we were surprised. We were like amazed when they came out with a 10,000 bytes hard drive. It's like we didn't know. Wow, how they gonna use up 10,000 bytes? And
Mm-hmm.
now we're talking about 1,000 gigabytes not being enough.
Mm,
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
But that's
mm-hmm.
because of them videos and stuff we have now.
Yeah, it is.
So
Because every
I
video
don't.
I shoot is at least 2 gigabytes.
And then what I do now is like this is streaming onto YouTube, so I don't have to store it. Like before, Zoom was robbing me because I kept going over their gigabytes and I kept buying more and buying more and buying more. So this I just use YouTube as a storage, and then I can go into YouTube and there's software company. I mean, not software, a website where you can go to download for free and you can download your video off of
Right.
YouTube or and other people's too if they allow it. You just can change your setting. But on your own, you'll always be able to just get your own stuff back. But there's no excuse. Like we don't have to feel like we have to be rich, in order to do this stuff. We just have to do it. We just have to do it and then fill that thing up and just keep on going. And then when it runs out, then we figure it out from there. Exactly.
It's
You
more than storage, baby.
know, it goes 20 more dollars to get some more, and you get some more. I'm like, I'm not, some people like worry about like, what am I gonna do? What will I do when I fill it up? Like that's not being black and in business means being faithful. You just keep moving forward.
Keep it moving.
Moving forward.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
there was
we all already in the cloud because if you get another cell phone, your cell phone is in the cloud. They're not
That's
gonna. You
right.
can't go in the store and say, "Hey, download my cell." No, you got to. It's got to come from the cloud back into your other phone. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so you're already there in a way.
right,
Wow.
right.
Mhm.
Some of our data, especially if you keep
Yeah.
buying it. But some people, if you say no, then you can have your phone and your phone is not storing your new stuff to the cloud because you didn't. Because you didn't
Right.
upgrade. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it'll only give you back where you stopped paying. You know what I'm
Primitive. Correct.
saying? You be like, well, where are the
That
people I just met? And
I
you're
just
like,
buy extra. I mean, I pay $1 or $2 a month, but I got extra, so
there you go.
it'll come in.
There you go. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it's amazing to me how expensive those little things can become. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
really can add up if we don't like um like I need to, you know what I mean? How much I started spending on Zoom, and it just kind of all of a sudden you're spending $500, you know what I mean, on Zoom, like we're but it's because it was mostly because of the cloud and the volume and the size of the webinars that I was doing. So it's so it's about always trying to find new ways to get it accomplished cost effectively. Cost effectively. Because some of the
Amen.
stuff is just not cost effective, right?
Right.
Like the well said. And then everything looks different too. When you start and you see there's $1,000 computer or $2,000 computer that will pay you forever until it falls apart, or you can spend 2,000 on a trip to Aruba. As entrepreneurs, we start making different decisions, right?
Yeah.
Or things that you can set up, or websites that you can buy, things that you can do, with that same amount of money, and that we're taking for granted, and then we're like, oh, I don't want to spend another $20 over here, but then you're wasting $20 on eating out for lunch every day, and $20 would have got you all the memory that you wanted. That is amazing to me when people like nickel and dime on things that pay bills,
Right.
and then waste money on stuff that have no return on it, no return on investment. So we absolutely we do need to be conscious of that. But remember, as we move forward on, as small business owners, what type of technology will help us serve our clients better? What can help our client experience is going to be the movement for 2022. Any
Amen.
additional questions before y'all leave me?
No, but I do want to say, check your email, JB. I sent you something this evening.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Find out who owns the data on your cloud storage. I know that's right. Don't be trying to scare us, Mr. Wynn. My best friend had 12,000. No, Ms. Clements, I'm not going to say out loud how many emails I keep, and my emails are archived. I pay storage for every form of social media because I'm regulated. I have to pay for archiving of all my social media, every comment, every response, every email, everything, all of that. So
I don't feel bad now.
Can I say something on that?
Right.
Can I say something on that, Mr. Wynn, to Mr. Wynn's point about find out the owner of the cloud, the data? That's because I thought that was really good. You own your data, but they control it.
Oh, wow.
So you own your data, but they control it. Just like if you put your stuff in a storage unit, you put your stuff in that storage unit. But if you miss that video,
yeah,
you're gonna be on TV because they're selling this stuff storage wars. So it's the same way with these things. So I think it's a good idea not only to use that, but to have that square thing that JB held up, extra backup, because that you own and control.
Okay.
But the cloud storage stuff, you own it, but you don't control it. So if there's an issue with payment or Lord forbid, any something other crazy thing happens, you can't get up there. That's important to have that secondary hard drive. That's a good point. It really was. I just wanted to make sure we talk about that.
And I wanted to give a tip. I wanted to give a tip to Ms. Muhammad or whoever else is talking about deleting their emails. A good way to go about that is like, I know personally, like a lot of emails I receive is from like the same companies, send out like spam daily and weekly. So when you go in there to your emails, just punch in that particular company or some type of keyword that they use on the email title. So then it'll be a list of all those particular emails. So you can hit delete all, so you select all and delete them that way. because it's very tedious either way. But like
Right.
going through each individual email, it's a hard time. So I don't know if you knew that already. But
I appreciate you. Thank you.
A lot of junk. There's a lot of junk mail out there.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's almost like the worst way to communicate now is email, because
Yes,
it's
email.
so easy for it to get lost.
Well, if you think about it, though, when most of your junk mail from regular mail was junk mail. That's how most of your trash piles up.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
And then you have to be careful clicking on it too, because it could be a virus.
Yeah. You get junk calls, spam mail, spam.
They're trying to drive us crazy.
Man. Don't check none of it.
Yeah, they don't want our brain to work right. They're trying to do all kinds of ways,
Yeah. It ain't even necessary. A lot of stuff ain't even necessary.
No.
We need to get back to the necessities of things, really,
And loving and knowing yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Work on yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
That's so true. I know. When in doubt, just redirect, right? I'm just joking. So I always say, all this technology stuff making my head hurt. Just take care of yourself.
Yeah, my eye doctor was telling me, I had when I went to the eye doctor, I said something is going on with my eyes. JB, I don't like all this computer, phone, being on it all day. I find myself, I try to put my phone in another room because the radiation and all of that. And I find myself looking at that phone. You know how many hours pass by just by looking at and clicking and TikTok, and I'm like, I'm ready to throw it out the door. I mean, it take you off of the things that you need to be focused on. It's a distraction, in other words.
But when you're in business, it's your tool.
It's your life.
That's true. That's true. It's got its advantage and disadvantage. But my eyes was bothering me, and the doctor told me, he was saying, you see how big my glasses is? He was I'm sorry. But he was saying it's because, I'm not used to being on the computer like that. And since I've been taking classes and doing my online business, I'm on the computer more, and my eyes is telling it,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But that just shows you how whatever it is that we use a lot, you will see the response.
Yeah.
People that work in the fields, their hands may be rough. That's why I was saying that every day you have to start with physical movement. You have to start. Like, I believe that actually gets the circulation, gets the blood flowing, gets it all moving, And
you have to take a break from it. You got to walk away from it for a while and come back.
You gotta get grounded. But once all of us can't do that. Once the stock market opens, I'm in it till 4:00. It's on. I mean, imagine you calling me, checking on your money, and I go, "I'm sorry, Ms. Muhammad, I can't help you with your financial concerns because I'm outside under a tree."
No, I appreciate you.
But I have to take advantage of it when I can.
I called her. She said, "What is your word? Don't worry." I called her. I said, "What's going on?" "Don't worry." She said, "It's okay. You got money. It's all right." What about this Bitcoin? What about this? What about the gold and all of that?
Oh my!
She like, She like, I'm like, okay.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Johnson. Happy birthday! It's Mr. Johnson's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Johnson.
Happy birthday,
Mr. Johnson.
A great show. I hope it wasn't you,
Happy
Mr.
birthday.
Johnson, couldn't get in the portal, but I appreciate you taking a moment on your birthday and checking on us. That's so positive.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
show was the comment. Y'all should come every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday. Oh no. He said thank you to you all. Every Wednesday. I really appreciate you, Reverend Brown, Harold Brown Ministries. Mike Rob, your IG address is Encore Vintage _ VA.
Correct.
Like a good wife.
Got,
Check
the-
him
got,
out.
I got the website. I got the
Check him
website
out.
address. I haven't made it public. I'm working on it currently. So soon you can log on to your favorite web browser and search EncoreVintage.shop. That's going to be coming about. I'm working on it. So I
All right.
appreciate
That's so good.
Looking forward to it.
Stop. That's right.
definitely share it
so
once I
good.
have everything the way I want it. Really, I'm kind of a perfectionist with that, and I'm kind of so critical about everything. So I kind of get in my way a lot when it comes to that. But I think it's gonna be a great year, 2022. We very blessed to be here.
That's right. That's right.
Right. He's a perfectionist about most things. Today he asked me, did I put this bowl in this cabinet on this shelf? Did you put this bowl up here?
No, man. No.
Did you, baby? Did you? Did you?
I said I probably did.
When it comes to the kitchen,
But who asked that? No,
Nah,
so
I used to wash dishes. I used to
wash
wash dishes and stuff, in the restaurants and everything. So everything got a particular place where it should be.
Oh,
Mike. Ain't nobody in the house but you and her, man. Ain't nobody
No.
So if you know you ain't did it, you know she did it.
Yeah.
I think the point was it's out of place, right, Mike?
There's a few things that was out of place,
Exactly. I don't
do it right.
Y'all know I'm not like that. I'm like,
do it right the first time.
But isn't it funny? But that's opposites attract though, because I'm just like, get it done. That's what I believe.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. The bowl is in the cabinet. It is secure.
It was in a cabinet with the cups though.
What is in the cabinet?
You got to reach over the bowl to get to some mugs.
It is amazing to me though, because like in the secure portal, like some people set up folders and some people are like me. I just put random files, like, you know what I mean? I just go for it. But it always helps me know more about your personality. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. Everybody is different.
That's right. Everybody is.
But the bottom line is, we got to get it done. Get it done.
Agreed.
Because sometimes there's a balance in there where, like, I know Mr. Jones didn't want to go push. I pushed him and I push y'all. And I'm,
Yeah, she definitely pushed me. She pushed me. She pushed me.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, put EncoreVintage.shop up, forward it to the IG. Let's move. It's ready. You know what I'm saying? It's ready. It's ready to go.
And you know what? I'm not mad at you for pushing me.
Me.
I did that kicking my ass. Come on.
Thank you.
Me too, Mr. Joe. Me too.
But if I had not been that way, 1995 would have never happened. I would have never started my business because I did not have any money.
Yeah.
I did not have enough. I did not have you know what I mean? I didn't know where I was going with this.
Yeah.
All I knew was I had customers and I had something to do, and I just went with it. I started this firm with $3,000, and that was for computers, for a fax machine, and so here I am, 27 years later. 27 years later. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We got to keep pushing it. It's never going to be exactly right. It's never going to be perfect. It is never. But all you have to do is like every day, just wake up fearlessly, face the funk, move on. Move on.
Yeah.
That's it. Like we said, did you put that there? Yeah, probably. Keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? Looks like something I would do. What does that do? That says I'll take responsibility. I'll accept, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna talk about this after we gone.
I ain't gonna talk about it.
But do you know? But do you know
I
how
ain't
many?
got nothing to say now. I'm done
Do
with
you
it.
know how many?
You done? But she not gonna let that go, Mike.
I know, right? I know. But you know what?
You know she not gonna let that go.
But it's
I didn't let
symbolic.
it go. It's over.
It's
It's over.
symbolic, though, of entrepreneurs need to and must accept responsibility.
That's true.
Good or bad, we got to accept responsibility. Our people are dependent on us.
That's right.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
are depending on us. That is
That's
the
right.
truth.
That's
And
right.
And we must move forward. And
That's right.
I was gratified the other day to see Black Enterprise publish that Black women are moving forward so fast that they're breaking through into boardrooms like never before. So we're making progress, but it has to happen through our businesses. You know, corporate advances are good, but we will always be under their thumb if we keep ourselves in corporate. We got to do it ourselves.
That's right. It's our time. It's our time.
Amen.
But I don't know how you do it when, because I know it is scary, because corporate America is so attractive, and doing it that way is so attractive. But I believe that the only way I did it was because I realized that the pain of staying was greater than the pain of believing in God. You know what I'm saying? I knew that God would get me through on my own. I just could not take the corporate disappointment anymore. And some, but some people, their threshold is so much, their threshold of pain is so much higher that they will stay in a disappointing environment, and disrespectful for a much longer time than I will. You know what I mean? I mean, it was in my 20s, and I was like, I don't want to spend my life doing this.
Right.
And I saw my father, at the end of his career, and it was the corporate environment was so unappreciative of all that he had sacrificed for it. And I said that I want to be an entrepreneur because at the end, I want to be able to look back and say, I did it my way. I did it
Amen.
God's way. That's,
Amen.
what I'm saying? And that got me out, and that kept me going when it was scariest. Because we don't have that security blanket. When you're an entrepreneur, you can't say, well, if I stay here 100 years, then I'm gonna get 100,000 a month, But you do get that in the government or in corporate America. You know what I mean? You know what's going to come. No, but at the same time, there is no replacement and no better joy than seeing that you did it. That I
I do
did it.
appreciate corporate world for the resources it made available to me and the training that it gave me. But it also showed me that I could not stay. I had to leave because it was too oppressive. But I am very grateful for the gifts that they gave me in their training and in the tremendous resources that they made available to me in order to do my craft.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree. I second that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But too
Amen.
glad, I guess we're just grateful. Some would be like, don't be grateful. But but yeah, you know what I mean? We did. And then now we're in a position to offer opportunities to other people. And that's what we're supposed to do. I think that there are certain people who are supposed to be in that environment, and certain people who God wants us to be, opening up opportunities for other people. We have to be that lone wolf. you know, we have to be
Yeah.
out there. But everybody is not supposed to do that.
All
But
right.
it's comforting to accept yourself, though, isn't it? It's
It
comforting to
is.
accept yourself and love you just the way you are, and be happy with your decisions, because it's not easy. But I pray that God bless each of you and your business tremendously, fill you with miracles more than you ever imagined in 2022 and beyond. And know that this experience is just a show of love, to say that all of us want you, and everybody that's in there making comments wants us all to be successful, for God's sake.
Amen.
We can do this.
And,
We can do this.
All right.
Thank you for sharing your
all
evening
righty.
with me. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful, 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 wonderful evening. Thank you so much. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
All right.
We
Take
meeting
care.
Have a
Friday,
good night.
JB. We on for Friday.
Friday, New Year's Eve day party.
All right.
Dress
All
up,
right.
dress up, suit and tie, suit and tie.
Okay, I'll be
No.
there. No tie, no tie.
No
I have a jacket on though.
Dress up, dress up.
He
New
said
Year's
no time.
Eve. It's gonna be great. I would love to see you in a tie. Look, you and Michael, like no tie, but yes, Friday. Thank you.
Friday.
Okay.
Thank you for
All right.
reminding me.
See you on Friday.
See
Our
you
All right,
New
on
y'all.
Year's
Friday.
Eve.
All right.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Have a good evening.
Thank
You
you
Good
all
so
evening.
too.
much.
See y'all
Good
Friday.
seeing y'all. It's so good to see y'all.
Good
You
to
as
see
well.
Good to see
you.
you.
All right.
Y'all have a good rest of your night.
You
Amen.
too.
Amen.
Amen.
Keep
Amen.
on keeping on. Yes. Thank you. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm JB Bryan, the creator of AfroEconomics, a strategic financial empowerment program based on 10 timeless financial principles like generational wealth and legacy, financial knowledge, credit confidence, entrepreneurship, self-reliance, and more. AfroEconomics gives you the guidance and tools you can use to develop and sustain wealth. Check out AfroEconomics on your favorite social media platforms. You will find us everywhere. Plus, enjoy my weekly AfroEconomics podcast. There are many levels of AfroEconomics membership, including the free online access membership level called No Excuses. So make no excuses and check out AfroEconomics.com today. Powered by JB Bryan Financial Group Incorporated, a registered investment advisory firm. Hashtag AfroEconomics. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and week. Thank you. Thank you. Take care.